Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Paul. Paul is from Isle of Wight in England, in the UK. So let's see what Paul has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for taking the time for the interview today.
No
Uh,
worries.
I'm just laughing now because I saw your message on, on Instagram. I called you James.
No
I'll,
worries.
I'll tell you something. I talk to so many people, every day. And actually, I was talking at the same time with you, with a lovely man called James in Dubai. He's
Yeah,
organized the interview for tomorrow. And I just was sending a message before I started the interview. And I think automatically I just said James instead of Paul. Sorry.
no worries at all.
So tell me, how's your weekend going so far?
Yeah, all really good. Other than I just had a flat tire on the way to the gym, but that's life, I guess. Yeah, but everything's really good, thank you.
I see. And tell me, do you, of course, I think everyone loves the weekends. There
Yeah.
is like any a routine or something that you do every weekend that you don't do during the week?
Well, I work sort of Monday to Friday, and I've got a few side businesses and a coaching business, and I run two hotels. So it's quite hectic during the week. So I just try to relax on the weekend, if the truth be known. I knew I had this call with you today, so I went to the gym today just to kill a bit of time in the morning. But I like to rest on the weekend ultimately.
I see. And where you zone out, kind of leave on the side the business or your routine during the week.
So during the week, like I said, I run two hotels. I have a big managers meeting every single Wednesday because I have 80 members of staff.
Wow.
But also I have a coaching business and I help men with their mindset, their mental health, and their confidence.
Uh-huh.
I do that daily as well. Um, so yeah, I go to the gym every morning. That's my routine. If I don't go to the gym, that's when the mental health creeps in, you know? So I keep my body moving and that's how I stay sane, basically.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
Wow. I'm more of an well, I've got more energy in the day.
Right.
I like resting in the evening.
I see. And
Yeah.
where are you from, Paul?
I'm originally from London, but I'm
Hmm?
currently living on the Isle of Wight.
And why the change from London or Island of Wight?
So I was in the army, and when I left the army, my mum had already moved from London to the Isle of Wight, so I just followed suit over here.
Uh-huh.
But I joined the army when I was 15 years old, so I left London at 15, and I left when I was 21.
Wow.
Um, so yeah.
My God, amazing. 15 years old, you're going to the army.
Yeah. I've been a mercenary as well, so I've protected boats from Somali pirates in the Horn of Africa as well. Quite a dangerous job. I've had my own fine dining restaurant. I've done a lot in my little life, you know.
Wow. I think it's good to be busy. It's good to be exploring different business,
Of
different parts.
course.
And tell me, what's the best part of living Island of Wight?
Do you know what? It's just when I first moved here, it was very quiet for me, very relaxed.
Mhm.
And over as time has gone on and I've got a little bit older, I now appreciate that a lot more. You know, it doesn't feel dangerous over here. There's not too much crime. You know, I'm walking distance from the beach. So, you know, some part of me really miss London because of that fast-paced lifestyle. But actually, as you get older, you appreciate the smaller things in life, you know?
And what was the best part of growing up in London for you?
Like I say, I was very young at the time, and if I'm honest with you, I was raised in a very, very abusive family. I've actually been diagnosed with severe PTSD from my childhood, but
Mhm.
also it was a very dangerous area. When I lived in Peckham, it was known as a ghetto. So there was lots of knife carrying and lots of fighting and stabbings. And if I'm honest with you, I've deleted a lot of my childhood in my mind because it was quite tough. However, I would not be the man I am today with that exact life experience. And I wouldn't be helping men all over the world if I didn't have that exact life experience. So I wouldn't change any of it.
It's amazing because when we look back and you go like, of course, at the time for you, for sure for you it wasn't easy because you could understand much, you know, and you
Yeah,
just understand that when you grow up, you go like, okay, now I understand why I've been through that. And again, you feel grateful because that's the way, and you feel, as you said, you wouldn't change anything because it builds the person we are today. And I
of
think that's
course.
the best part. Again,
Yeah,
not easy. When we look back, like, my God, how did I manage to go through that?
yeah, of course,
But now you kind of like a glory. You feel like, okay, now I know why it's meant to be for me.
for sure, 100%.
Right. As you already mentioned about your your business, your job as a coach, and it
Yeah,
says there the men's coach. So
yes.
tell me a little bit about the journey. How this adventure start in your life?
Okay, well, it's a long story, right? But like I just said to you, my childhood was very traumatic, and I joined the army and I escaped that environment. And the army taught me consistency and discipline and believing in myself and overcoming struggles. So when I left the army by 21, I thought I had my life together. But actually, the insecurities then came up because the army allowed me to hide a lot of my pain.
Hmm.
So a lot of things started coming up for me when I left the army, and I've run many successful businesses, my own fine dining restaurant, etc. But there was one day that I looked in the mirror and I literally cried my eyes out, and I didn't like the man that I had become. And I felt like I was just living my life to prove my stepdad wrong, who told me that I would never achieve anything in my life because I was too stupid. And all I
Wow.
was trying to do my whole life is prove him wrong. And that was from a very negative energy. When you do something for somebody else all the time, you just feel burnt out and you have no energy because you're not doing it for you. So that's when I decided to go to sea and do this mercenary job and protect people from Somali pirates. But more than ever, that's where it really began for me because I removed myself from society.
Hmm.
Read 100 self-help books in a year. I was meditating twice a day for 20 minutes, and I
Wow.
started hitting the gym really hard. And I found that I was the captain of my own ship. I rewired my brain to be positive. And when I came back from that job, life started happening for me, not against me. I felt like I had more control. And the next stage was I went to an awakening festival in the Isle of Wight.
Hmm.
I was the only man there.
Wow.
And
Wow.
something happened in my brain. I said, something's wrong here. And men cannot go to a spiritual festival and be vulnerable and tap into that feminine energy within themselves. And they're trying to be tough all the time. They're trying to be masculine all the time. They want to go to the pub and drink 10 pints of beer. And I just think men are not tapping into something that
Hmm.
is so powerful within us. And by me doing those feminine energies, journaling, meditating, processing my thoughts and emotions, I unlocked something else within myself. And now I feel like my success comes from that. It comes from working on my internal and less on my external.
Amazing. Yeah, during the interview, I'm gonna touch a little bit about that because I
Yeah.
think it's so important to talk about men's mental health right now in the world
Yes.
because, as you said, we tend to close down. You know, we have this like, okay, let's be strong
Armor.
always, but actually, I think I've heard once that. Being vulnerable or saying like, okay, I'm not well, or being open, it's a
Yeah.
is a big sign of being strong. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. Yeah, and
Absolutely.
most men see that as incredibly weak. I even
So,
remember the first time I shared my story online about my abuse and stuff, and every cell in my body was like,
yeah.
don't do this. This
Yeah.
people are going to judge you. And actually, I got quite a lot of backlash from my family. My family was like, oh my God, you're talking negatively about us, you know, and actually
No.
they attacked me,
Wow.
so I pushed them to the side and I just carried on doing what I'm doing. I try not to talk too much about my trauma because I don't want
Mhm.
to hurt anybody. But
Sure.
at the same time, I'm a beacon of light for men going through the same thing. So that's why I talk about it.
Sure. And I believe that talking about and open up, in the end of the day, you're just helping people because you
Of
never
course.
know who is watching, you never know who is the message get to. And sometimes they go like, oh my God, if he can talk about why I cannot, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think
Exactly.
it's always it's always a way to help people somehow, and somehow as well you free yourself. It's like
Yes.
take this out of your chest, of your,
Yeah.
and it's always like a sharing great energy.
Yes, of course.
Paul, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your
I,
point of views?
I think so.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend. Full of random fun questions.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, Paul, so during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, what hurt your feelings?
Wow. Not feeling heard.
Tell me about it.
So I think when I was a child, I think I was constantly trying to feel heard. And I think a lot of people in my family knew that there was abuse going on. And I think like they just turned a blind eye. So as an adult, I want people to hear me. I want people to see my intelligence, see me for who I am. Because my programming as a child is you're stupid, you'll never be anybody. So what hurts me the most is when I feel people don't recognize my intention or my intelligence.
I'm going to ask a tough question for you based on that. As you mentioned already a few times about the, being abused from your stepdad, you mentioned.
Yeah.
Have you forgiven him?
Yes, it was one of the first things I'd done when I started my healing journey was I phoned my real dad, who I've never met, who was also abusive to me, and sort of my stepdad, and I forgave both of them. And
That's beautiful.
That was very powerful for me just to let that go.
Got goosebumps now. You're saying
Sorry.
that. Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
great. And why do you think that was happening to you? When now as an adult, when you look at them and their lives, at the time,
Yeah.
analyze and try to understand, why do you think that was happening?
What during my childhood?
Because what do you think they were doing that to you?
If I'm truthfully honest with you, I think it's because my stepfather also went through abuse as a child. And I think you're either going to do the complete opposite or you're going to repeat that behavior. And actually, I don't think I don't think anybody is a bad person. I think we become what we are through our thoughts and our actions and our life experiences. So I think it's easy to have compassion for everybody, and it's easy to forgive when you know people are operating from the operating system they have through life. Some people are just trying to protect themselves. Some people have enormous insecurity. And for my stepdad, I think he was just repeating the same behavior, and I don't think he knew anything different.
I see. Right. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Paul. Next question is, right, what do you like the most about your best friend?
My circles are very, very small, and I'm quite selective over my friends. And again, I think that is a protection thing. But ultimately, a lot of my friends are loyal and they're always there for me if I need them. And I don't even have to see them all of the time, but when I do see my friends, it seems like I only met them yesterday. So I think that's a good sign and a good friend, is you don't have to see them all of the time. But also friends that you can have deep, meaningful conversations with. Again, I think the dialogue with most men is they want to talk about tits and football, and there's not really else they have in their dialogue. And I just think, let's start talking about self-development. Let's start talking about growth, because I think we are here to evolve. I think everything on this planet is evolving, and we are no different. And if you're not evolving, you're probably going to be depressed, and you're probably going to have anxiety.
What's the biggest difference between you and your best friends, and the biggest similarity?
Wow. I think I'm quite a serious person, and I think perhaps I put pressure on them to have my same ideals sometimes. But again, where we're alike is I think we're good people, and I think we're honest, and I think if we need each other, we're always there for each other.
I see. Okay. And they are back here in London, or they are in different parts of the world, your friend, best friend?
Well, one of my friends actually just moved to the island, and my other friends are already on the island. Yeah, so all on the island.
I think you are bringing them somehow. You're Next question. Right. So before the next question, we already start talking about, men with this way of not open up. It's something that men, they don't do. It's something, just for female. Of course, nowadays, I think with social media, with people like you, the work you do, it somehow is helping guys to open up more and more and see
Yeah.
that it's a brave thing to do. It became kind of popular right now, guys doing that. Why do you think, of course, we have this tendency of not talking or not sharing and not being vulnerable? Why do you think is that? Why that comes from? That we being raised in a society that we needs to be this way, we need to perform this way. Why do you think is that?
Absolutely. I think it's societal. I think men are just made to believe that they can't show weakness, or talking about mental health or vulnerability. I think men are seen to have to be the providers and have to be strong and have to be stoic. But actually, I think all these things are incredibly unhelpful, for the sort of mental health and mindset. I can only speak from personal experience. When I used to speak to myself negatively, I was a shadow of the person I am today. When I started journaling my thoughts, when I started meditating, I actually realized actually I am not my thoughts. And all those pressures that I put on myself, that society has put there, that I have to be sort of 100% all of the time. I just think it's unsustainable. I think you're going to have a bad day, and that's okay. And it's okay to reach out to people and say you're not feeling great. The biggest killer of men under 40 is suicide. We do all the most dangerous jobs in the world, but the biggest killer of men is ourselves. And I think that is because we don't talk and we don't open up and we don't express how we're really feeling.
I had an interview not long ago with personal trainer, and also he's a coach, and he said exactly the same thing about suicide. That there are so many men that people, they don't talk about, they don't, somehow it's not expressed out there,
Yeah.
and and there are a lot of men, sadly, going through that. And I think more than ever, the world we live right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the waiting list to see a mental health nurse in this country at the moment is 8 months. You know, that's
Wow.
sorry, 8 months if you're a veteran. I get seen quicker because I'm a veteran, but that's 8 months. So you might be waiting 12 months. Most men don't have 12 months in them. And the statistics show, as soon as you phone that mental health nurse and you've admitted you have a problem or you've been diagnosed, that is the point when that clock really starts ticking. And people are taking their lives in that middle part from understanding they have a problem to actually seeing somebody. I think it's ridiculous. I think we need to find a way for men to be able to open up and, save their lives essentially.
Wow. And I think just, someone talking open like you we are doing right
Yeah.
now, and it's a way of helping as well, because, and again, if you cannot see a professional, talk to your wife, talk to your kids, talk to your best friends,
Of
open up
course.
with a stranger. If it's easy for you to talk to a stranger or someone that you feel a bit comfortable, why not?
Yeah.
Somehow you already start the healing or the process of helping yourself.
Absolutely. And this is the main reason I became a coach specifically for men, is because I tried to bridge the gap. Yes, you have to pay me for coaching, but there's an option there. You don't have to wait 12 months. You can
Mhm.
come and get a mental health coach, and people see coaches trendier or cooler than going to see a therapist. Again, men have this problem with going to see a therapist. It sounds like there's something wrong with you. My advice would be go and get yourself a coach. All the most successful men in the world have coaches. There's no secret here. It's just about being able to talk to somebody, process your emotions, and feel heard.
See. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question for you is, tell us about your first kiss and your first love.
Wow, that was a long time ago. My first kiss, I don't even know if I can truthfully remember that, to be honest with you. Um, I actually genuinely don't remember.
No?
No,
How about your first love?
my first love. Well, I have to say my wife, right? 'Cause she might watch this. So I'm going to say my wife. I've been with my wife for 20 years now, so it's
Oh,
a long,
wow.
long time.
Wow.
And I met her when I first moved to the island. So I just left the army at sort of 21 years old. I just moved to the island. I sort of met her within the first 3 or 4 months. And we've been together ever since. And we've run many businesses together. So she's my rock, really, and I couldn't do anything I've done without her.
So far, through those 20 years that you've been together, what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from her?
Wow. I think it was about patience. I think in the beginning, perhaps I was a difficult person. Again, I was dealing with extreme PTSD. I didn't know I had it. So there was definitely tough times. And it was about the fact that she stuck through me with those tough times. And it was patience. I think we change as human beings every 3 years. And I think it's important that if you love someone, you stick with them and you work through those problems. I don't think there is a perfect woman out there. I don't think there's a perfect man out there. I think love really is finding someone that you have a connection with and just working through those problems.
And how did your path crossed?
Our path crossed because I actually met her in a pub, believe it or not. And my friend said, oh, he actually said to her, "You're really, really gonna like this guy. He's like Tom Cruise." And actually, when we actually met, she wasn't even attracted to me. I just left the military. I was wearing an England football top with a gold ring on every finger. And I think she looked at me and said, "No, thanks." But actually, we kept meeting up, and then it manifested into what we have today.
Oh, sweet, very
Yeah.
sweet. Next question.
Yes.
Hey, Paul from England. Next question is, good question. If you could meet yourself when you were 15 years old again, which advice would you give to yourself at the time?
Wow, that's a powerful one for me. Take the pressure off. Stop being so hard on yourself. Perfectionism doesn't exist. Just be 100% authentically yourself and don't care what other people think of you. And just have good intention. That's what actually matters. If you're moving through life with good intention, just worry about what you can control.
Mhm.
And if you live in the past, you're always going to have depression. And if you live in the future, you're always going to have anxiety. But if you live in the present moment, that is a gift of life. Take one day at a time.
Amazing. As of course, 15 years old, there was the time when you went to the army, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
So when you think about that journey, yes, the army, that, my God, 15 years old, you're literally a child, I believe,
Yeah.
going to the army, almost a teenager. Um, Tell me what the best memory that comes to your mind. You go like, wow, that I'll never forget.
It's not even just one memory. I just think the military was, I just felt accepted. It was camaraderie. It was like, you've got my back, I've got your back. I've never found that even in civilian street today. I can't find that same camaraderie. I just felt safe. I just felt like I was part of something, and it was massively escapism from the home life that I had. So I can't pinpoint one particular memory, but I just think it was just that first feeling of acceptance.
See, okay, ready for another one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question. Okay, Paul, next question is, what are 3 fun facts about yourself that
Fun.
not many people know?
Wow, that's a difficult one. 3 fun facts. I don't know if it's fun, but I'm obviously quite spiritual. I might not come across like a spiritual person, by the clothes that I wear, the car that I drive, or the jobs that I have. But actually, behind closed doors, I'm sort of very, very spiritual. Something else most people might not know is I'm quite a fragile person. People might think I'm tough or I'm strong, but actually, it doesn't take a lot to hurt me. I'm quite sensitive. Um, but ultimately, I just have a massive heart and I just want to help people. And I think that's why I became a coach. And I think I hid that part away of myself for a long, long time. And actually, when I started helping people, it was obvious to me why I'm on this planet.
I think I think the strongest people, they are the most fragile as well somehow. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They go together. They go literally
Yeah.
together. They walk together. They see the strong person, which is amazing, but easy to break. Just a little
Of
thing
course.
can break down,
It's
and you
like
can go into your emotions.
it's like a suit of armor, but also I believe in light workers. They say there'll be 200,000 light workers on this earth, and they're going to have difficult lives. That's the whole point, because when you have a difficult life, that's how you learn how to help other people.
Actually, I thought you were spiritual by the statue I saw on the right hand side. The
Oh
Buddha.
yeah,
No, no,
this
no,
one.
no, no, not the tattoo. The statue you have there.
Oh yeah, the Buddha.
The Buddha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
But
because I would say that meditation was the absolute cornerstone of me healing myself of my mental health challenges. It's the
Mhm.
one thing that I attribute to all of my success, all of my healing. is meditation.
And so you already were showing off your tattoo. So tell
Yeah.
me, which one was the very first one you had and the latest one?
The very first one I had, I mean, this is quite good actually. So the very first one I had was the cross, and I got that done a week after I got back from Afghanistan because I just felt like there was something protecting me. But
Uh-huh.
actually, I say that I'm losing my religion because actually now I've got a Buddha, so I've gone from perhaps having a conventional religion to then
Mhm.
believing that more in the universal energies and the fact that we have power and control over our own lives. But the latest tattoo I got was this little escape with the palm trees, because my ultimate goal in life is to have financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. So this reminds me that I'm building an online business to escape to Thailand, because that is where I want to live. That's my dream. So I want to escape the Western world and live a more simplistic life with an online business helping people.
And what it says, a phrase near your tattoo. What does it say there? It says,
That says, my story isn't over yet, with a semicolon, because there was a time that, I thought about taking my own life. I was having suicidal thoughts. So this is just a reminder to me that my story is not over yet. And I don't have to put so much pressure on myself, because there's still chapters that still need to be written. And I can let the other chapters go and I can keep growing as a person.
amazing. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Yeah, no worries.
Next question for you is, what 3 things are you most grateful for?
3 things I'm most grateful for: my health,
Mhm.
my wife and my little dog. That's my family. um, and opportunity. The reason why I'm on this call with you today is because I never turned down an opportunity. I
Wow.
think you have to keep putting yourself out there, and good things will happen for you. Even if I feel fear, if I'm scared, it doesn't matter. I'll always say yes, and I'll worry about it later. So, opportunity, family, and health.
I love you saying that, because it's so true about saying yes. And you never know, when you say yes to opportunities, to random things, you never know where it can take you, because
Of course.
it's the power of saying yes. I strongly believe that as well. I had so
Yeah.
many people here on the show that a few people, they were like, William, I was hesitating to do the interview. I didn't want to do it. And I'm so grateful that I've done, because things happened afterwards. I could tell some story. People connect, photographer with model. They connect each other in New York City because of the show.
Of course.
I received a message from a psychologist in Barcelona. He sent a message the other day. Said, William, I've got a client because he watched my
Wow.
interview, and we started working together. And I was like, wow, I've got again goosebumps. It's so
Yeah.
so you never know. You never know.
Oh,
So many stories. I actually could write already, like a little book just with those
yeah.
occasions, because there are so many people. Again, the power of say yes, and you
Of
never know.
course.
You never know where it can take you.
I think you just have to fail forward. And I'm a great believer in perfect action. I've only
Yeah.
been a coach for a year, but I'm coaching some really big names right now. And they've
Mhm.
come to me because I keep putting myself out there. Even if I
Yeah,
feel I'm not ready, just keep moving forward, because the second you stop, that's when all your opportunities are also going to stop.
absolutely. What's your star sign, Paul?
I'm a Pisces.
March.
March, yes.
Soon. Very soon. When is your birthday?
March the 5th, March the 5th will be my birthday.
My mom is my March of 9th of March. My
9th
mom.
of March, nice.
Yeah, very soon. 60. She's gonna be 60 this year.
Wow.
I'm flying to Brazil for her
Yeah,
birthday. Can't wait.
nice, nice.
2 questions left. Let's do
Yes.
it. Right, before the next one, as I was checking your profile, you have a book called Mindset Mastery. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So tell me, what was the most enjoyable part for you to write your book, and the most difficult part to put it all together?
Yeah, I'm actually going to write another book. It's in the pipeline. But ultimately, it's just a roadmap on showing people that you can overcome your struggles, and
Mhm.
your struggles is not your personality. It's just a state of mind, and a state of mind can be changed. Movement and music is probably the best thing to change your physical state. But ultimately, it was hard because I've never written a book before. But ultimately, in the same time, it was easy because I'm just talking about some struggles I've overcome myself and giving some tools and some tips I know that you can overcome your struggles if you're going through the same thing. So yeah, it was hard because I never did it before, but ultimately it was easy at the same time because I'm just talking from personal experience.
See. Okay. Next question is, which talent do you wish you had?
Wow. See, that's a funny question because again, I believe that we all come here with a divine purpose, and I have the exact skills that I need to have to fulfill that purpose. So I try not to live my life comparing myself to other people because I believe that is the biggest source of unhappiness. And I think that is the biggest source of depression that we have in the world right now, is because ultimately social media will make you feel like an idiot. There's always somebody else having a better time than you. And I think you have to be very, very careful, and you need to count your blessings and be happy for exactly who you are. So actually, I don't wish I had any skills that somebody else have. I am perfect in my own, and that sounds egotistical, but I'm on a journey and I'm understanding that it's okay to authentically be me.
I think everyone, all of us, we have a special gift that sometimes takes time for you to develop or to show or to come along. Sometimes you can spot straight away, and it's just believe in yourself and and accept in the way you are. And
Yep.
I think everyone have a special gift for sure.
They say success leaves clues. So whatever you feel attracted to, or whatever you're sort of naturally good at, is
Mhm.
probably why you're here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's interesting as well because before I started doing the show, I remember I struggle, not struggle, but I remember like seeing as people around me, even my good friends, and they were like, "Oh my God, I do what I love. I do what I was born for." This, this feeling. And I remember asking myself, I was like, "My God, what I came to this world for? What's my gift?" Saying that, I believe that all of us, we can do different things and still
Yes.
feel very happy. We can still be the best of ourselves. But when you find something, when you kind of okay, now I understand what the feeling of waking up every day, going to bed every day, thinking about the same, I think it's like winning the lottery. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the best feeling ever. Good.
It's like the saying, I always say that I climbed to the top of the ladder to realize it was against the wrong wall. And what I mean by that is I was chasing conventional success. You
Hmm.
earn good money, have a nice house, you have a nice car, but I still felt massively empty inside. It wasn't until I started doing a job of helping people, I felt more alive.
Yeah.
Again, that's what I mean by success leaves clues. Just how you feel when you do certain things. You have to learn to listen to yourself.
Success is very personal. It's how you feel. That's it could be anything. It could be whatever you feel like success for you. That's how.
It doesn't have to be money.
No, no, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I
Yeah.
think it's all about you feeling great and feel that you
Yeah.
are living your best life.
Yes, for sure.
Ready for the last question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last one. But before the last question, tell me in your opinion, what's the biggest cause of mental health issues in the world right now? People suffering.
Overthinking. Buddha
Mm,
says thoughts are suffering. And obviously, I work with a lot of men, and some men don't even realize they have a voice inside their head until they start meditating, until they start journaling. But there's always a constant dialogue going on in there. And you must have a guard on your gate, and you must challenge every thought that you have, especially if they're negative. And you must instantly replace that negative thought with the opposite positive thought. But ultimately, if you're struggling and if you're suffering, I promise you, it's how you're talking to yourself.
absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Last question is, what do you think is a good age to start dating and why?
You don't should start dating. That's a random question. Um, Could I start dating? I don't know. Is there a right or wrong age to start dating? I mean, I guess I started dating around about 14, 15, and I've not had any negative consequence from that. So I guess as soon as you find an attraction to the other sex or even the same sex, like I don't think there should be a rule around that. Again, I think the issue with society is there's far too many rules. I
Yeah.
think you just have to be led by your heart. I think that's the answer. Be led by your heart.
As long as you feel safe, feel safe. It's okay. I'm ready for it, and
Yeah,
why not? There are no rules.
yeah,
I think that's how it
exactly.
works.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away
Okay.
some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with money.
Yeah. So first thing that comes to mind when you say money, I think it's a necessary evil. I think
One word.
what a one word. Security,
Okay. Fear.
illusion,
Life.
evulsion,
Family.
blood,
Okay. Love.
harmony.
Religion.
Oh, that's a difficult one. Religion. Um, personal.
Sex.
I don't know. Sex.
No right or wrong. Whatever comes to your
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah. It's a difficult one. Rebirth.
Okay. Politics.
There's two words. Not interested.
Okay. Friendship.
Compatibility.
Desire.
Caution.
Regret.
Illusion.
Success.
Personal.
Wish.
Which?
Wish.
Wish.
Yeah.
Manifestation.
Happiness.
Sim uh, simplicity.
Hmm. One word for London.
Chaos.
One word for England.
Home.
One word for Isle of Wight.
Beauty.
And the last one now. Men's coach. One word.
For a male's coach.
Yeah, the men's coach. One word.
Vulnerability.
Actually, another one. Then one word for your book. Yeah, mindset mastery. One word to define it.
Help.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely wife for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Poe in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
I think what she would say is positive is intelligent.
Okay.
The negative word will probably be hard to do it in one word. One word. Hard for me to say it in one word, but I would say pressure on self. The amount of pressure that I put on myself.
Okay. Listen to her. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Let's play now Poe and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Before you ask me the question, actually, back to the word association game, if you could define all your experience in the army when you were 15 to 21, one word to define your experience, your journey, what word would be?
Just one word.
Yeah.
This really taps into a part of my brain that I struggle with finding one words. One word. Camaraderie.
Interesting. Hey, you can ask me a question now, Paul.
In your opinion,
Yeah.
what is the meaning of life and why are we here?
Wow, good question. Good question. I think the meaning of life, Paul, is the fact that you know that you're gonna wake up every single day knowing that you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna, be the happiest you ever felt. You're gonna connect with people. You're gonna make memories. You're gonna know that every day it's an opportunity for you to understand that you are here for a reason. You are here, to be able to connect with different things, not just people, but with different aspects in your life that you never thought about. You're gonna fall a lot of time. Sometimes you're gonna feel the strongest person. And I think that the meaning of life for you to be like in a roller coaster, knowing that you're gonna be, experience situations in your life that's gonna make you learn, gonna make you grow, gonna make you feel vulnerable, gonna make mistakes that you're gonna think is for life, but everything's fixable. So it's a kind of a journey. I see life as a journey that's it's a gift as well. I think, imagine how amazing to see I'm here right now. I'm living life, I'm doing something, to contribute to the world or to myself, or to, I think it feels great when you realize, when you have a moment with yourself, you go like, okay, I'm here now, I'm alive. My God, how amazing it feels like that. I think that's the meaning of life for me. The second part, what was the second part?
So just to challenge you for a second, could you say that in one word?
Life in one word? Absolutely. Straight away, I could tell different one, but the first one that came to my mind, I would say adventure.
Adventure, amazing.
Part of the question was the meaning of life and...
The meaning of life and why we are here.
Okay, amazing. I think we are, as I said, we are here, to... good question, actually. I think we are here, living the not knowing. I think not knowing is a powerful place to be. And I think we are here for that reason, for us to understand that, to go, to understand why we are here for. And sometimes you can answer that. Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we are here. So, oh my God, we don't know why we are here. But I think in the end of the day, it's just living the not knowing. I think it's a great place to be. Yeah, that's
the seeker's journey.
Absolutely. And it's amazing. It's amazing to know that. Paul, did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks for bringing as well your knowledge and, the work you are doing now to help men, to help people. And again, sharing experiences, sharing our life, experiences. You never know how much we can help people, because sometimes you just need to hear someone saying a little phrase that we resonate to and make us feel good about it. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
So life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving.
Keep going. Never stop.
Just never stop. I can speak from my personal experience. Every time I stop, that is when I get depressed. You have to keep moving your body. It's so important.
Absolutely. And I think being busy feels great as well. Sometimes can be be difficult because you get a bit tired. But when you go to bed, think, oh my God, I had a very busy day. It feels great. It's about keeping moving, keeping challenging yourself somehow. Yeah.
They say the devil loves idle hands. So when you stop, that's when you're going to see him.
In Brazil, we say, there's a saying in Brazil that it says, when your mind is empty, it's like a machine for the devil to start, work on it. So the devil comes along, and he loves that. It makes sense what you're just saying right now.
Similar. Yeah.
Thanks so much. Regards to your wife and to your family and friends, and you keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure, Paul. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.